We're the American Red Devils. We're breaking down Manchester United's win in London. We beat Fulham at Craven Cottage 1-0. Late winner from Lisandro Martinez. He continues his goal-scoring form under the new manager, Ruben Amorim. He's been high-flying, contributing, I think, 4 goals, between 2 goals, 2 assists, more so than his previous games under the previous manager. But either way, United didn't play great. Actually, we played pretty average, pretty below average. I think it was our only shot on target. We didn't create much of anything in the first half. Not much in the second half either. You know, we didn't give up a tremendous amount, but it was disappointing. United was slow on the ball, a little sloppy. Hoyland was completely ineffective. But most importantly, United got 3 points. Today, a little bit of luck was on our side. We needed a little bit of luck. American Red Devils missed this tour abroad because of personal reasons, and we got 2 wins. John and I were laughing before the pod. We certainly would have been there for 2 losses if the American Red Devils were abroad. But either way, big 3 points in a game that I was not confident in, and I'm just happy about winning 3 points. And you know what? Feels like we're less of a relegation fight now, trying to nose our way up the table. How are we feeling? How we doing, sir?
Yeah, we have had a horrid run of fixtures in person. It was the last win Sunderland away when Ibra scored his last goal.
Wolves. We got Wolves won.
Oh, okay. Wolves at home.
Barely.
Barely. Yeah, squeaked it. But it's been the club hasn't been doing well. The team hasn't been doing well. Great 3 points. Gritty win. Tough on the eyes. Whew. I was at my son's soccer practice watching on my iPhone the first half, and I was just thinking to myself, man, we used to be entertained by this team. Now it's kind of dreadful that the first half, there's nothing doing. And it's so disjointed, and it's a half measure. The pressing's a half measure. The reaction, whenever there is a change in control of possession or a turnover in the middle of the park, it's almost like the players are on delay. They're not, the urgency's not there. The reaction isn't there. This is 9th place Fulham. We should have been swarming them. We should have been showing a lot more determination, especially in the middle of the park. We did not have it, and it was just so pedestrian, and that's what made it so boring and brutal to watch, at least the performance. To get the goal, we did see them fight at the end for the 3 points, and that was enjoyable, but on the eyes, it's a tough watch.
It's a tough watch, and it's worrisome. Like you said, it's because we look tired, and I can't tell if we're disengaged, not up for a game like this, or we are tired because there have been a lot of minutes. It's a stretch team, but it wasn't good enough. It wasn't good enough from United from the offset, right? In that first half, we were scratchy. We were not sharp. Even Fulham, they were not at their best today, but they were sharp on the ball. They looked like they knew what they were doing. They knew how to attack when they did get the ball. At times, I feel like the back 3 defended well. I thought Magoo had some moments, Lid had some moments, and obviously Martinez with the goal. But we have to do better. We have to do better, but just to get the result is a big one. We got luck. 0-0. 0-0 is probably a fair result, but we'll take it. We needed it. We almost got a second one, sir. You almost got 10 points on the prediction, but VAR overturned Ahmad's nice goal. But it's just about getting 3 points because this season is a mess. Anything we could squeeze out of it. There's a week left in the transfer window. I hope we don't do any business. Honestly, that means we're selling Garnacho. I hope we just go without business, figure out a way to do it. But 3 points in the bag. We got to get our head above 30 points, sir. We're still below it. 29 points. Can't believe it. We're like 24 games in. We got 29 points.
I have a goal, and the goal is just to get through this season. That's just it's not as bad as the Rangnick season where the players just quit. But this is
it's close.
This is decent. We are in a worse position in the table, but this is decently poor.
Decently poor is one way to put it. Decently poor. We're pretty bad.
This is pretty bad. And
I have 29 points.
When am I going to see players just running? And there was such contrast with Collyer coming on because he has that engine where he's running and pressing the man, and Xerxes just out there just kind of hey, you could run and apply some pressure there. Maybe that makes the defender make an error. There's nothing. And it's it's so individual. It's so disjointed. It's so uninspiring. And Amorim has to get this under control, sir. Before we break down this match, quick PSA for the podcast. If you like the American Red Devils, check out our YouTube channel. Please subscribe. Only 30% of people who watch our YouTube videos actually subscribe. And if you're listening on iTunes and Spotify, please check out the channel. Comment, subscribe, help hack the algo, help us get found by other Manchester United fans like yourself. If you want to go the extra mile, check out our Patreon page, patreon.com/American Red Devils. Behind the scenes episode every single month. Tons of benefits. Sign up to be a top Muppet. Also, check out our store. Grab some merch. Viva Garnacho scarf. Is it going to stay? Is it going to go? We got trucker hats. We got shirts. We got hoodies. And we got our website, americanreddevils.com. Sir, tell them about iTunes and Spotify reviews.
iTunes reviews and 5-star reviews, the American Devils podcast. Wherever you listen, it's a great way to support the pod. It helps us get found organically by other top Muppets like yourself. And we're giving away free merch. All you have to do is write a 5-star review on iTunes or Spotify and send a screenshot of that review to americanreddevils@gmail.com with your mailing address, and I'll personally pick, pack, and ship some free ARD gear. Send it right to your door, anywhere in the world, sir. Woo! Not 5-star Reds, not 4-star Reds, 2.5-star, but hey, it was a 5-star result. 1-0, clean sheet, can't believe it. I'll take it all day. Let's get to 11.
All right. Onana in net. Martinez left back. Magoo in the middle. DeLitt at right center back. Yeah, Mazraoui on the left. Bruno, Ugarte midfield I've been asking for. Delo on the right. Diallo, Garnacho, and Højlund up top. How are you feeling about this 11?
I mean, I was hopeful. I was optimistic seeing Bruno play in the deeper role. You've been talking about that for a while. I was hoping that would unlock this team. And then a front three where Højlund, he's got a lot to prove. His time to shine. He did not do so today. But Garnacho and Diallo on the wings, I like that. Delo's playing on the right. That's a departure from what we've seen over recent weeks and months. I don't know. I was hoping this is about what we got, sir. What did you think when you saw it?
I actually like this 11. Maz coming out on the left-hand side, giving cover for Garnacho. Bruno in the 2, hopefully adding some creativity. You have Garnacho and Diallo, probably the two most lethal attackers in the 2. Højlund, I did feel it was time to rotate back to him.
Yep.
But, man, I was wrong. Sir, let's get into this match recap.
I mean, first half is not a notable one. United were playing in quicksand. Nothing doing going forward. Fulham, they looked off the pace as well. So there's very little creative. There was one half chance for Fulham at the end of the first half, but basically that was it. United had no shots on target, and we might have had one shot in that first half. But basically, going into halftime, sir, it was what are you going to do differently? Because I think there was a quarter of an XG created across both teams in that first half.
No, it was United couldn't get anything going. It was very slow. Uninspiring would be the word I would use. And the manager, you got to talk about Højlund in the first half. He has been second to Xerxes. He has been sort of the odd man out. Look, you're 70 million euros, brother. It's time to dig deep. It's time to get something going from the Dane. And he just went missing. Like I said, this kid goes missing. He doesn't come deep enough to get the ball and get involved. He doesn't know how to make runs to get open passing lanes. I don't know what he's doing other than trying to body up a center back there, sir. Back it up. Højlund is what we're going to call him on the podcast, but we're dying.
He was doing that.
By the way, his touch, horrendous. Hold-up play is trash. He literally gave the ball to Fulham every time he was involved. Couldn't even hit a pass. It's almost like you're playing with 10 men. He is so bad. You're playing with 10 men. Look, he didn't do well for Denmark in the Euros. He struggled since he joined United. There were some bright spots, some braces here and there in Europe, and there is nothing. The well's gone dry. 2-17 for Rasmus, 70 million. Højlund killing me the first half. That's probably that's my synopsis. I was so pissed off about the 70 million euros.
Yeah, not half to write home about. It was probably his worst half of football as a Manchester United player. Not good enough. There's a reason he's been left out of the side for a player who's also not really scoring goals. But when he did come on, Xerxes in that second half didn't look that much better. But Højlund,
no, he looks just as worse.
Yeah, they were fucked. Nobody can score goals.
Hey,
nobody on this team can score goals. And he looks like he's regressed. And the fact that he looks like he's regressed under a manager who has a track record of getting the most out of players, we got to see that change because United needs goals. It's we've been shaking the defense, midfield, Swiss cheese at times, but at the end of the day, if you don't score goals, we're not finishing the top half of the table.
I was blown away he didn't yank him in half. He came out, and then he came out, and his first touch was just so bad. The manager's like, get out of here. That's kind of the vibe I had. 58th minute double sub Xerxes and Euro for Højlund and DeLitt. 70 myth, Fulham with a good chance. Traore blasts it wide. He started getting involved. And then Ugarte tried to tackle him, got a yellow card, almost took off his leg on Adama. And that's when Collyer came in. He changed the game. I felt like We were getting a little more spice in the middle of the park. He was running around. And then obviously we had get a little bit of luck. We had Lisandro Martinez in the 78th minute with a banger.
Of these two teams. Garnacho. Trying to lay it back for Collyer. Now it's Martinez. Deflected and in. A stroke of luck for Manchester United.
Needed it. Fucking needed it.
Changed the entire trajectory of Martinez's shot.
Needed it.
I mean, Jesus Christ!
About time we
it's
get some luck,
come
right?
On, like
About
needed
time.
that goal. Like a little bit of deflection, but we need people shooting. We got to be brave. We need more opportunities. It's just like there's the attack. Look, Garnacho's the only bright spot in the attack. Like, God help us if we sell that kid, because like he was on the pullback here, but like there was nothing. And it's not like Garnacho played amazing, but he looks like the only player who's really able to like make something happen down there, and he did with this pass. And Leach gets on it, deflection, it's in.
No, you make your own luck. United was dreadful throughout the day, but Garnacho looking dangerous from the left as well. Ahmad was stifled all game. They were like doubling him in. They were all over him. Him and Bruno. I think they had a very effective strategy, which was to shut down our best two players. But Garnacho does excellent to cut in, and then Leach gets onto the ball, gets a bit of luck, but we needed a bit of luck. You know, this season's been dreadful. United just need a spark. I'm not to say this is going to propel anything on, but like right now, we got to be picking up any 3 points we can get. This is a huge 3 points on the road for a team that's had our number. 1 win in the last 6. God damn, that tasted good.
81st minute, sub Malacia and Mainu for Maz and Garnacho. Look, I felt like Mainu had a little juice when he came in here. I actually thought he looked a little. This is a good, encouraging sign for Kobe Mainu, because I felt like this was a strong 15 minutes for him. 88th minute, Collyer off the line. Like, this was a guaranteed goal if he is not on the pitch. Like, if you watch the replay, he angles back into the net.
It is amazing.
Sniffs the danger. Sir, how many times have we had said sniff the danger? Like, he was on it. Like that was like a sixth sense. He just knew. And then I thought it was in 100% live. Just the angle of the camera. And Collyer, this is just as good of a goal, honestly. And the fact it was a set piece, just like, what a joke.
No, and I like what you said. He came on, he showed a lot of energy. He does the simple things well. You know, he doesn't try to complicate his game, tidy passing, but you just need that energy because the team looks cooked. Even a guy like Ugarte, who was playing well under the initial tenure of Ruben, looks tired. And I think Collyer brings that brightness. And like you said, Mainu coming on instead of starting, he showed liveliness. So I wish the subs came a little earlier, right? The Xerxes Euro could have come at halftime, but we ended a lot better than we started.
94th, huge chance for Fulham, but Muniz skies it. And then 97th, Ahmad, he scores 2-0. I would have gotten the score prediction right. I knew he was off. I knew he was off.
He was off.
The 10-pointer, it cuts me 7 points down the table.
You picked up 10 in the last two game weeks, so you did all right.
Brutal, but I'll take predicting the result right. I did say 2-0, and it finished 1-0. United get 3 points. Important 3 points takes us to 12th place in the table. That will make you feel good.
12th place.
Looking at the stat sheet.
1 shot on target. Unbelievable.
1 on target, it's a goal. 4 shots, Fulham had 9. 50-50. It was 9th place Fulham. 50-50 United end up in 12th. Still negative goal difference. We have 29 points. Brentford, Crystal Palace. This is helping.
West Ham.
This is helping us. You know, I don't think you're in a relegation fight necessarily. 12 points off it, but we'll take it.
We'll take it. You know, it's been a rough season. That was poor performance. Let's be honest. We should have been much better, sharper, more aggressive. They outmuscled us in the middle of the pitch. They showed more liveliness. I mean, they didn't have a game-week game, but even still, United's got to be doing better, and I fear for the rest of the season. So we've got a decent run of games, but this team, like, they could lay an egg against anybody. So today, I think if Fulham were a little sharper, they could have had our number and then some. So Collyer with a late heroic, because like you said, his liveliness changed the game, and of course his goal line clearance did as well. So I'll take it, but you're not going to be rewatching this game anytime soon. Oh my God, it was tough on the eyes.
Yeah, and one note is Amram did change it up tactically. He went with Maz and Delo inside, and then Garnacho and Diallo pushed outside. So when you looked at the front 5, really, Delo and Mazraoui were like in front of Bruno in a 2, and then Garnacho and Diallo were trying to get up the pitch and wide, and I think that benefited Garnacho. He had more space out there. We saw him involved, but it actually did not benefit Ahmad. Ahmad probably looks better tucking in. He's switching it. He's trying to do something. So maybe that could have been the reason why the first half was such like when you have Delo and Mazraoui in the middle trying to create everything, you know, they have limited imagination, and then you isolate your best player Diallo out there. It could have led to the disjointed attack.
No, I mean, there was a lot going wrong with that tactics today in terms of just how the team seemed to be lining up. And they looked to have, an antidote to our two most effective players this season, who's Bruno and Ahmad, because they were all over those two players, especially Ahmad. He was getting swarmed every time he got the ball. But, we made it work. And I think, we weren't great. The XG is damning, but we definitely were more promising in those last 30 minutes as the subs came on. He makes good subs. Every time we make subs, they tend to be effective.
All right, let's hear from the manager.
And how important does that one feel?
Really important to have this feeling away from home. Great support from our away fans, as always. Not a great game. You can feel it. No great chances. Just in the end, with the long balls, we try to control the game, try to play our game, but we need to improve a lot, and you can feel it. But this time we hold the result, and then with one goal we close the game, and then it's really important to win now.
Clean sheet tonight. That must feel really significant.
It's really important because clearly you are closer to win games and give you confidence, and we didn't suffer too much today, and that is a good sign. It's not just the clean sheet, it's the way we defend. Like I said, we need to improve a lot with the ball. Without the ball, we were okay, control the game. We score. And,
Look, Salty Amram, he calls it the way he should, which is basically, got to be better. You got to be better than that. I like how he's brutally honest about where United is. It actually is a refreshing take. He's hard to impress.
Yeah, and he should be, because guess what? This club is a great one, and we should not accept this. We should be honest about where we are and how terrible of a season this is, because this is terrible. This is the worst of the modern era. There's one thing we got to talk about, which is goddamn, we have got to figure out our corner defense. Every time we are defending a corner, I feel like we're about to. I mean, that's where they almost scored the Collyer clearance. Was free header near post every time. There's nobody there. Goddamn, we got to tighten that up, because that is so predictable, and we've seen it for years now. So that's just my one piece today. It was every time they got a corner, they looked like they were going to score.
XG, nothing to see here. I mean, that's brutal against Fulham. It was a 0-0 type of game. You win a 0-0 game.
It was
1-0. We got to steal it. Right now it's about results. I hate to say it.
We stole it.
We don't want to get relegated. We
don't.
It's keep it simple, sir. Keep it simple, Ratcliffe. Don't sell Garnacho.
No.
Don't get relegated. Figure everything out. It's just it's not gonna be great. It'll be 9th, 10th, 11th, something like that. Just don't get relegated. Don't fire Amram. Don't sell Garnacho. Just hold strong. It's tough, but let's just keep it together. Keep it together, sir.
Yeah, keep it simple in the sense that we don't have to take big risks. You have a really good coach. You have some really talented players. We don't need to start wheeling. I know we talked about wheeling and dealing. I'd actually
Wheeling
prefer
and dealing is getting a striker, bro.
I'd actually exactly get a striker on loan. Get a Gallo again.
That wouldn't. By the way,
I take that all day.
Getting a striker and a left back wouldn't hurt. You don't have to wheel.
We don't need to sell.
You don't need to start
selling
getting rid of
Garnacho
people yet. Just let this manager have a It's just like Rangnick.
Fans are gonna be furious.
He came in. He has to assess the squad. This is Amram assessing the squad. He's playing in Malacia. Is this guy a bluffer or not? We'll see. He's
giving him
working
minutes.
it. He's giving him chances. He's giving him
a lot of chances.
Malacia's got 9 lives. He's
Which I respect.
So many times.
I respect. He's looked better. He's looked better in the last couple of games he's featured.
No,
I know it's been 20 minutes, but that's.
Sir Alex did it with young players all the time. It's they're going to make mistakes. You got to have their back. You got to try to build them up. And so at the end of the day, we need this. We don't need to make a lot of changes. You can add players in positions where you don't have
slowly
to have a striker who looks like he is not going to even affect the game is incredible. And it's we got 2. And by the way, you spent over 100 million on that.
And they can't score.
And they can't
score. Fans are going to be thrilled.
Fan questions. Let's hear it. At Love the Bulls 18, luck was on our side today. Sparks here and there, but nothing to brag about. I'm glad we got the 3 points. I really wish Ahmad's goal counted. We march on to the next.
I mean, that's it, man. We did get a bit of luck. Like you said, I think it was a 0-0 game, but you know what? We needed to steal one. We also have had some bad luck this year. No, we've been shit, but we've also had some times when things have gone against us. So it's about time. You know what? American Red Devils would have enjoyed 2 sweet wins, but John and I, we know we would have turned the tide.
the
If
ARD
we were over
jinx.
there, there's like hurricane winds apparently like hitting Ireland.
No, it's literally the ARD jinx is real. Like Eric Ten Hag scarf, fired. Garnacho scarf,
Sell 'em.
sold to Chelsea. Like we're gonna go to a game, tragic loss. Like
You should make a Glazer scarf. Maybe make a Glazer scarf.
we have the Glazers out one. So
I'm talking about a pro Glazer scarf. Maybe they'll finally sell.
at Country Esquire, Amram's system won't produce goals with every player playing out of possession. He's a charismatic manager, might have great ideas, but what's the point of playing like this for half a season when you're going to bin off the entire squad anyway?
We've got to set down a marker. He's got to
I
have
think
a
he
set.
meant instead of possession, which he wrote at Country Esquire, I believe he meant with every player playing out of position would make more sense. So I have to correct the correction there.
Yeah, and either way, I think what he's trying to get at is like why we talked about this. We talked about this when he came in. It's like you have a team that's set up to play 4-2-3-1, and then we're going to play through the back. You're not going to be set up for success. We've seen it. We've already. I mean, if you look at the record, we've gotten worse even since he's been in. But like, I think at the end of the day, he's a long-term, long con, slow burn coach that like you have to set down a marker
He's a con man?
No, long con. The long
He's
con
a
is a
con
turn.
man?
No, he's not a con man, but that's what I used to say. It's
Like
like it's a
long-
long vision.
it'd be like-
We're
it'd be a
playing the
long-
long game.
long term,
Okay, long
long
game.
time.
Okay, don't get fuddled with the words. Don't get sucked into a vortex. What I'm trying to get at is
Amram's
that
running a long
he's
con.
a long he's a long con. A long con to turn these fucking this club around. A bunch of fucking goofballs running it. What I'm getting at is it's a long play. He's playing the long game. Just relax. Let me get to my point. The point of the matter is,
It's coming.
You have to set down. Well, if you stop interrupting me, talking
I'm
about
not saying nothing.
anyway, you have to lay down a marker, a vision about how he wants to play from the senior squad all the way down to the U18s. So I think like he has said that to the juniors, to the academies, we're going to play this way, and the players who will be here next season, the Kobe's, hopefully the Garnachos, the Amads, the Euros, they're going to get to, they'll have a second season of this philosophy. So it makes sense. I like how stubborn he is because this is the way. I like his vision. Let's get behind it.
Gotta con the youth academy. That's good.
Con the United fans.
He's
You're getting so hung up on that one thing, sir.
I'm gonna laugh. At N Maybaugh 13, lucky to get 3. Took a deflected shot from a center back to get a goal. Need to be better on attack, but we're absolutely missing experience up front. Away end, we're man of the match.
Shout out. They were awesome.
Sounded like a home game at times. Fulham is incredible. So if you are American Red Devil and you're thinking about going across the pond, Fulham away is a great day because number one, the stand, they sell a whole stand to the away end, which is awesome.
It's loud. It's epic.
Very loud. London is obviously a great place to catch a United game. So there's a lot of
It's in central London.
yeah.
It's
We've
like-
been to it with Pogba, Martial. I think Martial had a brace. I think it was
Pogba had a
4-1.
goal.
Ole's at the wheel,
Fulham
like
3-0,
having a
bro.
blast.
We were ripping.
Riding
Yeah,
high.
this is good stuff. Good
It's a
stuff.
great place to watch a game, and the away fans are unbelievable, and they were great today. At Rugby Teacher, where's Manu gone? Came on as a sub and didn't do anything. Toby C is a type of player who's both hardworking and physical in the midfield. I think we are physically weak. Ahmad boxes above his weight while Garnacho and Hoyland get pushed around easily. I think that's a great assessment. Manu, I saw like a little bit from him.
So did I.
It wasn't like incredible, but it was better than like the malaise that we've kind of seen to date. But I could definitely rewatch it and be like, it wasn't that great. But I'm just hoping there's a spark there for Kobe Maynard.
No, I just like throwing new kids, new blood in. Toby Collyer has a point to prove. I thought he went out there and tried to do so. I thought Manu kind of felt like he was benched, put him back in the squad, and we need that, right? Even I thought we would have hopefully gotten something at Hoyland by Xerxes getting preferred, but like you need to have players benched. You need to have Onana benched, right? By Bayern Deer, that just like competition breeds excellence. We don't have enough of that in the squad. That's why selling Garnacho is like so insane. We had no, by the way, did you look at our fucking bench today? We had no attackers on the bench. We had like Christian Eriksen. You don't even have, there's no Jadon Sancho. There's no Marcus Rashford. There's not even Bluffer Anthony. We have nobody on the bench. The idea we're going to sell an attacker is like
bring Ronaldo back.
insane. No, we're good.
Bringing him back from Saudi Arabia, sir. Him and the ego.
Can't afford him.
Amram and him, they played together, so you never know.
Yeah, he would never say no. Ruben's too smart for that.
That's it. That's the podcast. You like the American Red Devils. We're for fans, by fans. Here with you all season. This miserable,
All season.
every game. We're gonna watch every goddamn game of this team. So please support us. We need your support. Check out our store, americandevils.store. Grab some merchandise, shirts, scarves, hoodies, everything you need to support the best team in the world. Also, americandevils.store is where you can find that. americandevils.com, patreon.com/americandevils, sir. Give us our top 10 cities last 7 days.
Number 1, how you doing? How you doing? Chicago, Illinois, Manchester, England, Los Angeles, California, Melbourne, Australia, Dublin, Ireland, Brooklyn, New York, Philadelphia, PA, Houston, Texas, St. Louis, Missouri, and last but not least, New York, New York. Appreciate all the American Devils listening week in, week out. Couldn't do without you. This is my favorite song in the away end at Craven Cottage, sir. United Calypso. They were singing it loud and proud today.
Sir, as always at the wheel at the cottage.
That too. We were doing
That
both.
was it.
It was Calypso and Always at the Wheel. But
The song is so good, I miss it.
I think the fans willed us into victory today, to be honest.
Yes.
I think that's what did it. I think that was the difference maker because
Best
they
fans in the world.
Let's hear them out.
Best fans in the world. Like, subscribe, comment below. What do you think of the match? Let's go.